just ask, there is quite a bit that doesn't appear to add up here, just to the untrained eye. For example, a headline like "Police allowed Manchester Arena bomber's brother to flee the UK before giving evidence at a public inquiry." And it does lead one to wonder whether or not there is a bigger picture here of Abidi, his brother, potentially being part of some kind of wider intelligence operation, and the public not knowing about that. And maybe we should know about that.
Well, the public don't need to know about any of the intelligence operations, because why? Why do they need to know?
Children died.
What's going on? You know, at the moment, there are hundreds of active investigations going on today involving counter-terrorism police and the security services. The counter-terrorism police and security services have disrupted 37 late-stage attacks since 2017. And late stage is when someone is going in to actually carry out their attack. The public don't need to know the detail behind all of that, because they're not in a position to do anything about it, and they are in a position to potentially disrupt the security service and the police activity, and therefore terrorists could get away with it. This is not something where it should be openly discussed and debated in the public arena. Our intelligence services are out there to try and protect the public. They do everything they possibly can to do it, but it's a very human activity, and sometimes you get it wrong.
Yeah, now, one of the things that's come out in this latest inquiry is actually about where and how Salman Abedi was radicalised. And in this day and age, we all accept that, you know, you can go on your laptop and whatever, and if you're that way inclined, you can become radicalised. In the case of Shamima Begum as well, people might even think you're a victim. But with Salman Abedi, what was interesting was that the mosque that he attended in the Didsbury area was called into question. And there's quite an interesting comment here, which is by Sir John Saunders, who was reading it out today. He says, "It looked as if the Didsbury Mosque was trying to distance itself from Abedi in a way which I did not accept was accurate." He did also say, though, that he considers it unlikely that Abedi was actually radicalised at that mosque. But I just wonder what your view is when it comes to getting into certain religious communities and buildings that could well be hotbeds of radicalisation. Do we do enough there at source, do you think? Or are we a bit afraid of it?
No, I don't think the security services are afraid of it at all. They will go anywhere where they think they can gather the information that's needed to keep us safe. However, what it does bring out is a very important point. And the important point is keeping us safe from terrorism is not just the role of counter-terror police or the security services or anything else. It's a whole society role. So there will have been some people potentially in the mosque who will have had suspicions about him, and they probably didn't raise those suspicions. There's other people in the areas that he was living will have seen him behaving in ways that weren't normal and could have raised suspicions. You know, if people pass the information in, all these little bits come together and will make a more complete picture. And it's the security services getting that complete picture have then got more information to act on. You know, there's lessons for all of us here. And that very piece was subject to a master's degree dissertation by the mother of one of the victims, you know, Fegan Murray. She brought that out in her master's dissertation, saying, you know, dealing with terrorism is a whole society issue.